lofting balls into the midfield or into the air. Can they combine as well to keep defenses guessing?
Enow picks it off and striding forward. Enow! Sending Audi Field into raptures. First goal of 2025.
But when he's in advanced positions to do things just like this is a combination play that we're talking about. A little bit of a break and play, but watch what Enow does. He sniffs it out, and then he takes what the defense gives him. Okay, you're going to go to Pinani? I'll take it myself. This is excellent stuff. There is no time other than now. It is absolutely right now for Enow. Very well won. We're very well welcome in a perfect way to not only open his campaign with DC, but his account as well. First goal of the career for DC United and Enow, and hopefully for Troy Lesesne, he continues on.
Rolls and Bartlett, the center back duo tonight for DC. Trying to take the top off here. Merle running in behind. Here's Merle ready to cross. Benteke!
Where do you go? You go to Christian Benteke. Merle understands it. This is very good play. Route 1 over the top. All you need to do is make sure you have the time and space to deliver. That little degree of separation where Merle just picks up his head. Excellent. Floats it up. Christian Benteke does the rest. Oh, 23 goals last year. No problem. I can pick up right where I left off. This is excellent stuff. The reason why I love it so much is because of separation. Boom! Hits the back of the net. Sean Johnson can't do anything about it. You got to give a lot of credit to Christian Benteke because he stayed calm in this game. And
Gutman driving it forward, and he finds Pirani. Pirani trying to link up with Benteke. Benteke puts it past the keeper and in. And just like that, DC United, with their golden boot winner, have gone in front.
In between the two center backs on the back line for Chicago Fire. Just watch the step here as they rotate to the far side. Sam Rogers a bit confused where the pressure's coming from. Actually starts his run and then he hesitates. That slight hesitation allows Christian Benteke to get him behind. You've got the crossing route coming back over. Jack Elliott recognizes he's got to stay with the runner. Unfortunately, Sam Rogers gets caught watching a little bit, cannot track back quick enough. And one of these
could be the last action of the game to try to salvage a point here, DC United. Back out wide it goes, into the mixer maybe one more time. Bicycle kick attack. Oh, unbelievable! An absolutely impeccable finish for DC United. Merle has leveled things at the death.
Back to the first ball that's whipped in. Watches the recycle and the movement that comes with it. The high line comes, but a ton of floating bodies on the backside that nobody actually picks up and allows a bunch of DC United players to slip within the seams. Beautifully placed by her. All he's trying to do is get this right between the 6 and the penalty mark. It's a little bit higher, but within that is the same ending part of that conversation that you allow a dynamic attacker and Jacob Merle to step through. Fresh legs.
Benteke against Pulskamp. Benteke scores! DC's level!
That is so important for the confidence of Christian Benteke. To step up in the moment. And this is a lot of confidence to strike it. Opens his hip up like he did last week. But he really strikes through this one. Stays low. And he puts it away. And the man that concedes the penalty, Chapi Suleimanov. It's a lot to think about conceding that penalty.
Another chance to cross. It's lifted in. Kichiba!
in the middle of the picture. As this starts to span out at the far left of your screen, now he just takes off. There's no communication from Tommy. Joaquin Fernandez has Christian Benteke, who's the biggest threat in that moment, until Kojima comes across. And now Kojima just contorts his body and understands that in that moment, the pace from the service as it comes in has enough to carry it on. He just has to change the trajectory.
Zouhir lofts this one high into the air. Benteke keeps it alive, and this one is turned home, and a consolation goal in stoppage time for Orlando City. Lucas McNaughton gets his first goal on the season.
Is that Badji? Atop the 6, dangerous ball. Really well played in by Zouhir. You're just allowing Benteke to float down underneath it. Again, the aggression that we saw at the tail end of the comeback that was the Chicago Fire draw.
Here comes DC United. Benteke tucks it into the bottom corner. There's your Golden Boot winner. DC United jump in front. 1-0 in the 13th minute.
Just watch Peglo on the top of your screen. He just sees a little space to get in behind, keeps the ball alive, then that allows for Benteke to be wide open right inside the box because it's last-ditch defending, scrambling defensively for the Columbus Crew. And then Benteke just has the entire goal to get his head up. He stays calm in this moment, inside of his foot, passes it into the back of the net, but it's the run from Peglo.
Peglo, 2 successful dribbles per 90 minutes. It's the leader in league play. Kojima leads DC United in that category. Does Bidani give it a go? Badji. Benteke! He is a monster in that box. San Jose put their guard down for a second, and only the A-listers are scoring goals tonight. Benteke with his 5th of the season.
Kojima lays this ball off, and there's the width. Derek Dotson, his first start of the season, finds himself in the attacking phase of play. As he shapes a curling ball, and nobody's touched tight. Rodriguez has allowed Benteke to ghost in off the shoulder of Romney. And you feed him, he's gonna eat. Kisses that left post of Daniel. 5th goal of the season.
Yeah, I asked for the 2 brothers just to see. I think this is a big moment for the Stroud family. But Jared Stroud has had some big moments already, as we just talked about. Peter Stroud's touches is more keeping it moving. In that, oh my goodness.
Peglo! Peglo! It's pay dirt for United! And on the break, DC is in front!
Peglo, look at this bit of skill. Flicks it on and then spins around Tim Parker. Gets on the other side, strikes through the ball. And it's all about a moment of magic there and a bit of skill. Brazilian bit of magic. Straight into the back of the net. No Benteke, no problem. Joao Peglo.
Kojima. Schnegg. For Herrera. Peglo! Oh! Another stunner from the Brazilian. 2-0.
And not everybody can pull this off, but Joao Peglo can. Look at this overhead kick. 2 moments. Can lightning strike twice? Because that's unbelievable from him. The first one, and now an overhead kick into the corner. This is really difficult to execute. He knows where the goal is already.
Kojima. And out. And Cervania out wide for Schnegg, who will lift in and deflects towards Benteke, who's header down, draws DC level. He's back, and he's back on the score sheet. DC on terms.
In the most dangerous areas, which is inside the 18-yard box. They play it wide. This has been the area where they've looked the most dangerous. And then you just get a little bit of help from that deflection. Hangs up, and then Benteke in that position is this because it hangs up for him. He's always going to win. Down and back where it came from, tucks it into that near post. Big guy's never going to miss in that moment. Nothing that Steffen can do.
Missed last week. Cervania and Stroud again. On they play. Lifted into that area from Herrera. And Kachina on the volley beyond Steffen. Jose Kachina with his second goal for DC. It's 2 goals in first half stoppage time to give DC the lead at the break.
You have the confidence, but I love this from DC United because they're patient. They don't try to rush it. They find the best opportunity. And then Kajima, and we talked about him being in this position. It allows him to have a bit more of a free roll. He starts out wide to give himself time, and then just the last second, everybody for Colorado's ball watching. Cannon tries to get a touch tight, but this is just a moment of brilliance because he goes first time. Zach Steffen's going one way. He's trying to get himself back against the other, but Kajima takes it so well. Gets all of the ball, keeps it low.
Some late game theatrics. Perhaps there's one in the offing. Whipped across, Schnegg. Belted by Stroud. Pirani! You bet! Brazilian flair to the rescue. Hope for DC. Their first goal in 496 minutes. Absolutely incredible.
Then to increase the intensity, be able to turn this game around, and look at the numbers. They start to force this New England team to have to do last-ditch defending, whatever they can to block shots, and then it just falls into the favor, right into the path of Pirani, and my goodness, what a strike this is from distance, just tucks it in.
See Cincinnati blowing a 2-goal lead in the Lucho Acosta derby on Wednesday night, and a 3-3 affair, explosive, but unable to secure the victory. So precarious beginning here for the orange and blue. They await the free kick. They'll take it out wide and drilled by Pirani. Oh my, what a strike. And the Brazilian can't stop scoring. It is a dream start here in Southwest Ohio. It's DC United 1, FC Cincinnati 0.
Excellent start from DC United because they're on the front foot. They earn the free kick. They're doing whatever they can to put themselves in good positions to score goals. Pirani, the late game-time goal on Wednesday night, and in the opening minutes here, does it again. Just side foots it. Perfect placement to that upper corner.
Second goal in as many games. A night when Troy Lesesne made 3 changes. Pirani.
This movement that pins the center backs back, opens up space for others.
Record transfer fee, over $16 million paid for him. He's returning the favor. Here's Pirani, lifts it to the far post. Antley! Muscles one in. DC United flex right back. Unbelievable. And Connor Antley grabbing his first goal of 2025, delighting Troy Lesesne and the visitors.
Quickly gets his head up right here. No one again steps to it. You see the little slip that opens up space and time for Pirani to serve that ball. But at this angle, defensively for FC Cincinnati, that when that was a point of focus to come in, make sure you don't give any easy goals away. That is way too easy from an FC Cincinnati stand.
Really good look from DC with pressure. Here we go again.
It's taken away and it's put in! When playing out of the back goes wrong, and Dominic Badji makes it 5-1.
A really strong first hour, but it's his indecisive nature and that extra heavy touch on the secondary one that rolls it right into the path where he's scrambling and Badji just takes the chance. Gall needs to just put his foot through it instead of trying to pull it back in that moment. Instead, Badji.
I don't know about you, Laurie, but I felt that wave of, or that swing of momentum, and the pendulum may be coming back in favor of DC United over the last 10-15 minutes. Chance here to pull one back, and they will! I spoke too soon. Gabriel Pirani says, hang on a minute, folks. Game on, it's 2-1. Beautiful build-up and a great finish there from the Brazilian.
to be able to operate in. And it's these moments right here where he's at his best, starts to play, understands where his teammates is, but then sees the high line, and he's going to exploit it as best as he can. But what a finish to open up his body at the last second. Feels Mitrovic coming off his line and just knows exactly where that far post is, tucks it past oncoming goalkeeper to cut the lead.
Third goal of the campaign for the 23-year-old, and he gets it on the service from his fellow countryman, Peglo, who will pick up his third assist of 2025.
Pirani looking to turn defense into offense. Gabriel Pirani with a head of steam. He's past Tim Ream. Pirani!
About Gabriel Pirani needing to have his fingerprints all over this game, and he's answered the call here, getting DC United back into this one. Look at how many shirts in yellow that he draws. It's about 4 or 5. The defense converges around him, but they still aren't sure if he's going to dish, and he looks up and says, no, Christian Kalina's not in the proper position. I'm just going to slot it home with my left foot. That is excellent stuff from the Brazilian. That's exactly what Kevin Flanagan wants and needs out of him. Game on here at the bank in the 60th.
But it's kept in this time by Rolls, and now Benteke. First chance he's had to really touch the ball around the penalty area. Here's a ball in, and it's Benteke! All that man needs is one moment, and we're back on terms.
It's just unbelievable, the timing of this. And we talk about in transition, sometimes they're a little bit lazy and out of shape because they pull themselves into so many different directions. Benteke is the one who holds this ball. It goes wide into Dotson, right? And we knew from the halftime that it's coming down the right side. And then it's Benteke. This is what Benteke gets paid for. 7th goal of the season, but it's impossible to mark him there because he's so big and strong and his timing is exceptional. Once this ball happens, a little bit of quality, Benteke is never missing from there. That's his bread and his butter. He slams this.
Let's go DC's way. Leal looking for Benteke, flicked ahead. Pirani! It's in! Another response for DC United!
He was very close to being offside. He was in an offside position. Does he get back? Look at that left foot. Might be in behind. But nonetheless, it's the ability to run in behind. Benteke prefers to go either side, even down the middle. This will be good for the confidence for Benteke.
Last year's Golden Boot winner against an all-star this year. Benteke scores! The big man on the score sheet tonight. 4-2 late in DC.
Being held on every time the ball's been served his way. This time he just steps up. This last stutter is going to get Stuver to show his hand where he's going to go. Benteke's eyes are...
That's aerial menace. Montreal looking to restore some calm into midfield, but it breaks now. Hopkins in that pocket of space. Jackson Hopkins! Sensational! Jackson Hopkins breaks it open. DC United take the thunder away from Montreal. It's 1-0 in Quebec.
Fantastic play, and it comes from really nothing, but it's just able to pounce on it. Brandon Craig late to react to get out to Hopkins. Hopkins got a chance to pick his head up. You can see here he takes a look. Sees he's got an opportunity to beat Gillier to that left-hand side, right of the goalkeeper. Gillier's got no chance from there. Well-placed, well-struck ball by Hopkins.
DC United. Herrera, top of the box. Bartlett up to get ahead on that, but it comes to Peltola. Able to work this ball back into the 18. A shot by Hopkins. What a strike. It's a 1-0 game. And what a special evening it is for this young man. Jackson Hopkins, the homegrown, gets the armband. And tonight, his second MLS goal, second in as many games.
Saw his goal last week against Montreal. This is all the build-up from the corner, but it's brilliant. When the ball's put back in, you just see he's in an onside position because it's Avilés that's playing on. But that first touch is not a central midfielder who's playing in the centre forward position. That first touch is phenomenal. It just sets him up nicely, and then he only has one thing in his mind, and he just puts the ball back Rios Novo. The first time that Rios Novo reacts, the ball's in the back of the net.
Long throw comes in. Benteke doesn't get to the ball. Pirani gets it back. Pirani fires, hits the bar, and goes into the net. Gabriel Pirani equalizes in the 43rd with a brilliant strike from the top of the 18.
Benteke takes the attention of two defenders, but it's Pirani who sells the fake and gets Martinez to buy it. Watch the way in which Pirani shapes as though he's going to strike this ball the first time, and the forward Martinez, unfamiliar with defending in these situations, overcommits, and now Pirani is able to get on the preferred right foot, gets his body shape around it, and that is the only place he can put it that the U.S. men's national team goalkeeper Matt Freese cannot reach. A stellar strike from Gabriel Pirani.
And Pascal Jansen has talked about the fact that you need to make sure that your team is disciplined out of possession. And a couple of those wins, they were unfortunate to not get a second or third. But here's Benteke. That is a delightful pass into a space. Pirani shoots. Pirani torches the threads. DC are back from 1-0 down to a 2-1 advantage.
His hips open up, and he gets the pass inch perfect to Pirani. A wonderful first touch sets up Pirani, where now, all of a sudden, there's no other thought about, do I take another touch? It's, do I open up the hips to show a bit of deception, which he does, and then at the last second, he closes them. This is really well worked from Pirani to do just enough to freeze Matt Freese, and that is a wonderful goal against the run of play.
But here's Benteke. Leaves it back. Pirani looks for space. And Cervenia leaves it to Peltola. Over the right-hand side, Antley. Peglo comes out to take it. Antley charges. Antley with a great cutback. Funnels it in. Hopkins twists. Hopkins torches the threads. Jackson Hopkins' third goal in the last 4 matches.
DC United has been dying for somebody to be creative and have some ingenuity in the final third. And one of the rare foray forwards they get, it's Jackson Hopkins, who does.
Entry pass for Savagna. Ferreira could spell this for DC. Savagna. Cross. Benteke! 1-1! Not the season his standards demand, by any means, but you put the ball in that area.
Just the way that they kept the play alive. There's no pressure on the ball in so many moments here. Casual pressure here. Cervantes able to pick his head up, see a pass. Herrera, pick his head up, see a pass. No one's stepping out to put pressure on the ball for Savagna, and he just puts the ball into a dangerous area. He knows that Christian Benteke, when given the opportunity, more times than not, he's going to arrive to the spot first. He's going to have the strength to hold off his defender, and this is a really well cushioned header beyond Usari, who could do nothing but watch that ball hit the back of the net and go take it out. Good response from DC United in the second half to get themselves right back into the game. They keep asking Messi is going to play in the World Cup or not.
Top scorer in qualifying, incomable.
I'll finish my thought after this play.
Here comes Benteke again, plays the little ball in behind, and it's another goal! DC carved into Miami open defensively. Morel timed his run well.
Should be done and dusted for Inter Miami. But there's still these kind of moments, a little slack pass, a little sloppiness. And now Inter Miami, they're out of position, they're unorganized, and this is a good run. Good running off the ball from Morel. Benteke, he's the orchestrator, composed.
The other end, here's Pirani. Benteke ahead. Lovely ball slipped through. Is Benteke onside? They'll play on for now. Benteke! Saved by Guzan! And the follow-up is blocked superbly. Here comes DC again. The effort towards goal is in! Brilliantly taken and finished. DC United score.
DC do really well here on the break, and Benteke takes a good aggressive first touch, and how about that save with the right foot to dig that one out from Guzan? A good secondary block, but this is so clever from Pirani. He goes through the legs there of Hernandez. Perfect angle here. He just picks it right through the legs to that back post. There's no chance for Guzan. It's just a clever finish from the Brazilian to make it level for DC United, and now that pushes Atlanta United down to the bottom of the table.